Welcome back to another episode in our commentary series, where we explore the insightful work of Ajmal from his blog, The Border of a Mind. If you haven't already, I highly recommend checking it out at theborderofamind.com. Ajmal is a respected author who uses his blog to delve into some really fascinating questions about life, art, and the human experience. You know, the big stuff today. We're going to be diving into his blog post titled Patience, an Antiquated Relic, which he published on May 13th of this year.
That title really grabs you, doesn't it?
It does, and you know, it's funny because I feel like patience is something we talk about less and less these days.
Yeah.
Ajmal starts off by saying that patience almost feels like a relic in today's world.
Right.
Like it's this ancient artifact that's been lost to time.
Yeah.
He argues that our on-demand culture has made us allergic to waiting.
It's true, isn't it?
We expect next-day shipping, immediate responses to messages.
Instant gratification, everywhere you look.
Even in our careers, there is this pressure to climb the ladder at warp speed.
Oh, absolutely. It's like everyone's in a rush to get to the next thing.
And it makes you wonder, what are we missing out on by constantly pushing for more, faster?
Well, that's exactly what Ajmal gets at in his post.
Okay.
He connects this impatience to a deeper kind of spiritual hunger.
Interesting.
He's saying that we're so focused on getting what we want right now that we're missing out on a vital nutrient.
Which is patience.
Patience, okay. And he uses this really beautiful analogy.
Oh, I love his analogies.
He does.
Tell me.
It's about a rose.
Okay.
He says, imagine trying to force a rosebud to open. You could rip the petals apart, but you wouldn't actually have a blossom. True beauty, he argues, takes time to unfold.
I like that. I think that's where his idea of surrendering to the natural timing of things comes in.
Yeah.
It's not about being passive, but more about trusting.
Trusting that there's a wisdom in the way things unfold.
Exactly. It's like maybe things aren't happening on our predetermined timeline,
Right.
but maybe there's a lesson in that waiting.
There is, it's easy to get frustrated when things don't go our way or when they don't happen as quickly as we'd like.
Oh, for sure.
But what if, instead of resisting that, we leaned into it? What if we saw the waiting as an opportunity for growth, for reflection?
I think that's a really powerful reframing.
And the interesting thing is that Ajmal doesn't frame patience as just this passive state.
Right.
It's not just about sitting around and waiting for things to happen. He calls it active patience.
Active patience. What do you think he means by that?
Well, he talks about the importance of being fully present in each moment, of embodying and drinking in each eternal moment without constantly yearning for what's next.
So it's about savoring the journey, not just focusing on the destination.
Exactly.
And finding joy in the small steps along the way.
Yes, and appreciating the process of growth and unfolding.
Instead of just being fixated on the end result.
Right.
I like that. Active patience.
It's a more engaged way of being in the world, I think.
And this is where Ajmal brings in this really powerful image, and it really stuck with me.
Oh, yeah. Which one?
The mountain sages and the ancient groves of trees.
Oh, those are beautiful images.
Right. They stand as these testaments to the slow, steady rhythm of nature.
They've weathered countless storms and seasons, yet they remain rooted, grounded, at peace.
It's like they embody this deep knowing.
That everything unfolds in its own time.
Exactly. And there's no need to rush the process.
And that brings us back to his point about always keeping the broad picture in mind. By cultivating patience, we learn to trust the timing of our lives, to navigate uncertainty with more grace, and to find a deeper sense of peace amidst the chaos.
Wow, that's a powerful message.
It is, isn't it?
Especially in a world that feels like it's constantly spinning out of control.
It's a reminder to slow down, to breathe, to trust.
To be present.
Exactly.
It's a call to rediscover the lost art of patience.
And I think Ajmal's blog post does a beautiful job of articulating why that's so important.
I agree. Well, we highly encourage you to visit Ajmal's blog, theborderofamind.com, to read the full blog post, Patience, an Antiquated Relic. And be sure to stay tuned for future episodes in our commentary series, where we'll continue exploring more of Ajmal's thought-provoking work.
Always a pleasure diving into his writing.
Always. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.